watching your dad play?
I like to hype him up, and I like to just watch him play and play his hardest.
What do you tell him?
Always, I don't know. I just tell him to lock in and play good.
Oh, no, I just tell him to lock in and play good.
He's like, you want to answer the question? Yeah, give him the microphone. Yeah.
I know. He's like, I got this, Dad. All right, so look, here's what I say. I say, Dad. My kids would be like, no, thank you. Take the mic back.
Jaylen Brown back in, lost the ball. Anunoby all by himself throws it down. And Tatum is hurt. Tatum is down. He wants a timeout. Tatum in so much pain.
Oh, my goodness. Jay and Ryan with you. Knicks fans got to be thrilled with victory. The Celtics in agony in defeat.
For two reasons. Boston now down 3-1 and on the brink of elimination, and concern about Jason Tatum. The Celtics star leaving Game 4 with a right leg injury. Here's Joe Mazzulla talking about his guy.
Obviously, you're always worried about someone's health, so the fact that he had to be carried off, like you said, he's the type of guy that when he gets right up, so he didn't, and we'll know tomorrow exactly what it is, but it's tough to watch a guy like him get carried off like that.
When a player of his caliber goes down and he's rolling in pain like that, you knew something's wrong. So that's why I just gave my thoughts and prayers, because you never want to see something like that ever.
It's tough. It's not really a lot to say.
Yeah, that about sums up how all of Boston must feel right now. We got Wendy in a couple minutes, Stephen A. Smith, Michael Wilbon, reaction to the Knicks win, as well as what happened in Game 4 of Wolves-Warriors.
But first, here's how it all went down at Game 4, 5 minutes left in the first quarter. Tatum driving. Derek White just dropping threes early. 6 of 11 from 3, 23 points. Sees up 2. A little later, Tatum over Karl Anthony Towns for 3. He would get going. Next possession. Tatum again, way out there, 30 feet over Jalen Brunson. Boston up 5. 5 seconds left in the first quarter. Tatum again likes that spot. Over Towns. Tatum and White dropped 29 in the first quarter. Knicks as a team scored 28. Celtics up 39-28 after 1. Let's go to the third. Jalen Brunson time. Off the miss. Grabs the board. Lays it in. Knicks down 5. A little later, Brunson. Fade away. Over White. Knicks down 2, just over a minute left in the third. Brunson, another one over White. We're tied at 83. 38 seconds left. Watch Brunson drive, get 3 Celtic defenders to commit to the paint, leaving OG Anunoby open in the corner, and he just go knock down that 3. C's dropped 23 in the third. Brunson scored or assisted on 25 by himself. Stephon Marbury going crazy. Knicks up 3 after 3. Under 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Tatum gets the ball back. Tatum drills a pull-up 3. Celtics up 1. Knicks have the basketball now. Mikal Bridges going to find some room. Mid-range game strong. He had 23, 10 in the fourth. Over 6 minutes left in the third. Tatum stops, pivots. 42 on the night. Tatum tying Larry Bird, John Havlicek for most 40-point games in C's playoff history with 5. Knicks got the ball again. Anunoby drains it over Kristaps Porzingis. 4 minutes to go in the fourth. Brunson crossing Al Horford. Mid-range jump shot. Knicks up 109-104. Next Knicks possession. Shot clock winding down. Bridges. Oh, my goodness. 111-104. New York out of a timeout. The C's have the ball. Tatum to Jaylen Brown, fumbles it. Anunoby steals it. But after the play, here's the thing. Tatum holding his right leg. Oh, no. Watch. Tatum makes the move. Non-contact. Carried to the locker room. No weight put on that right leg. Not able to walk. They put him in a wheelchair. Wow. Celtics down 113-104 at that point. A little later, Brunson closes the deal. 39 points, 12 assists. Knicks going to win. Here is Brunson afterward.
That's a tough team over there, and obviously we want to get out to better starts. And but they got experience. They're defending champs for reasons. I don't even think we're playing our best basketball yet. We have a team who's fairly new this year, and we still have a long way to go to be the best team we can be.
We've been down way worse before, and just come out that edge in the first half, and don't let up. Don't let them get up in a lead even higher. Just stay the course, and one possession at a time, and that's what we did.
It was terrible defensively tonight, to be frank. Just no resistance. We was just too concerned. Offense was great. Offense was fine. We made a lot of shots, but just no resistance on defense.
Okay, let's bring in Brian Windhurst. Brian, the Knicks take a 3-1 series lead after yet another second-half comeback. What did you see from the Knicks in Game 4?
It was an incredibly impressive performance from their team up and down their lineup. They were able to keep attached, which I think was really important in this game. As hot as the Celtics were early on, they were able to stay close, and that got them in position to turn the game in the second half. 4 different players scoring double figures. Jalen Brunson is obviously so comfortable leading them down the stretch, but it was his play in the third quarter that closed the gap, that put his teammates in position. And for the second time in this series, when Brunson goes to the bench at the start of the fourth quarter, it was Mikal Bridges that led them in scoring, got several key baskets, so that when Brunson came back, they were in position to go for it in crunch time. I know that the Tatum injury is going to carry over everything here, but the Knicks played brilliantly in this game, and we're going to win this game either way, and they earned it, and they've earned this 3-1 lead.
You mentioned him. I want to ask about him. Jason Tatum leaving the game in the fourth quarter with that leg injury. What does the Tatum injury mean for the Celtics for the rest of this series and beyond?
It very clearly appears to be a severe injury. The MRI on Tuesday will determine whether it's catastrophic. So no matter what happens here, the Celtics are facing a serious turn of events. You could feel that around the team on Monday night. They knew exactly how much of an impact this would have on them, both short and potentially long term. I will say this, the Celtics were 8-2 this season without Jason Tatum. They have a history of performing very well. They have depth. They have the ability to pivot in this series. Do I expect them to come from 3-1 down at this point under these circumstances? It would be very hard to see. But I would not rule the Celtics out. They are an excellent team. And up and down the Knicks lineup in their locker room, they understood that. They were trying to focus. They had empathy for Jason Tatum, and they understood that this series is not over.
All right, Brian is going to be right back, breaking down what happened in the Western Conference, so stay tuned for that.
Over to that West, T-Wolves, Warriors, Game 4. No Steph and Golden State trying to avoid going down 3-1. At home for this one, there's Steph out for his 3rd straight game. Check out Ant-Man pregame. Knocks down the half-court shot and look at the celly. Night-night. I feel like that's a bad omen, Golden State. Fast forward to the second quarter, 6 seconds remaining. Ant-Man, deep 3, got it at the buzzer. Look at him cross up Gary Payton II, knock down the buzzer beater, and get all hyped up. And T-Wolves down 2 going into halftime. Early third quarter, game tied at 66. Ant-Man in attack mode. This dude goes off in the second half, making the layup right there. T-Wolves up 2. Couple possessions later, more Anthony Edwards. The layup plus the foul with all that stuff around him. No problem right there. T-Wolves up 3. Later in the quarter, Minnesota up 9. Edwards for 3. T-Wolves on a 12-0 run. They're up 12. A couple possessions later, Edwards plucks it away. Julius Randle gets it, takes it the other way, over to his former Knick friend, Dante DiVincenzo, who nails the 3. 15-0 run for Minnie. And then Edwards saying, no, Ryan, it's a 17-0 run with that mid-ranger. Unbelievable. Edwards had 30 on the night. T-Wolves up 17 at that point, and under 2 minutes remaining in the third. DiVincenzo to Randle. Oh, T-Wolves going up big. Fourth quarter. Minnesota up 16. Jaden McDaniels getting to the house. T-Wolves just rolling right now, and here's Randle, one more for good measure, getting the floater to go. He had a game-high 31. T-Wolves win at 117-110. They take the 3-1 series lead. Here's Ant on his second-half mindset.
We came out like we had won a game already, like we had won a series already, and when we came in at halftime, Coach told us, like, man, we playing like some losers. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got a loser mentality right now, and we wasn't being aggressive on defense. We wasn't being aggressive on offense. We was just playing so loose. We wasn't attacking the ball or attacking the basket, so we just had to pick it up. I needed to be better offensively, create for my teammates, create for myself, and be more aggressive, so I came out and tried to do that.
The series changed with Steph's injury, so everybody's shots are going to be more difficult. There's just, Steph's the guy who breaks the defense down for us and creates that offensive flow. And I think the end result is that shots are more difficult for every single guy.
We just got to win a game. Win one game, take it from there. I think that's our mindset. Do all that we can, figure out a way to win one. You win one, everything changes. So that'll be our mindset going into Game 5.
Brian Windhorst back with us. Wendy, the Warriors look downright anemic on offense. Shams says Steph Curry's earliest return date is Game 6. So with Golden State on the brink of elimination coming into Game 5 now, is this series over?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's a tall task to ask them to go to Minnesota and win when they just can't score. I really think, to me, what I'm watching more in the last couple of games, especially in Game 4, was more about the Wolves than it was about the Warriors. Last year, the Wolves were in great position to eliminate the Denver Nuggets early, and they let that opportunity slip through their fingers. They lost a couple of home games in the middle of that series. They did win in Game 7, but when they got to the conference finals, they were exhausted, and they were never in position. They get a chance again against a wounded team this time, and they were all business in these games 3 and 4, specifically in the second half tonight. So I know that there's so much focus on whether or not the Warriors can get it to Game 6. And in a one-game situation, of course, something could happen, but they aren't putting their best foot forward. They aren't getting enough offense. And I am very impressed with the way the Wolves have taken care of the opportunity in front of them.
Yeah, the Wolves look like they really want to close this thing out, especially Anthony Edwards, who has just been on fire in these last 2. Okay, so Wendy, before we let you go, in 30 seconds, your reaction to the Mavericks getting the #1 pick is?
It's a crazy set of circumstances because all 3 of the top 3 teams in this lottery are teams that can potentially see themselves as contenders next year. We've never seen that, but specifically the Mavericks, they believe they're going to get Kyrie Irving back midway through next year. Anthony Davis will be healthy. They are potentially adding Cooper Flagg to a team that is ready to contend right away. It's a crazy set of circumstances. It's not really the spirit of the lottery. But, Ryan, they call it a lottery for a reason.
Exactly. And Nico Harrison is one of the luckiest men you've ever known. How about that, Wendy? What a night. Thank you so much.